Welcome back. Mash and Mingle, here we are. Two fellas sitting on benches, sipping on some fantastic spirits and drinks and sharing stories. I'm here with the legendary storyteller and sipper himself, Mr. Aidan Brown. I'm Ben, and Aidan's got a little local treat, an African treat for us today.
First of all, Ben, you're looking remarkably handsome today.
Thank you very much. I clean up really well.
Look, we got to start off with Amarula.
Yes.
We have to have this as an episode. It's something that absolutely cannot be avoided. And I'm going to start out by saying how proudly South African I am. Anytime I have a guest that comes from anywhere in the world, I have this undying urge, this inclination to give them locally produced stuff. And one of the things I am most proud of as a South African is Amarula. It's our own. This is a truly South African product. First of all, it is a fantastic product. Look at it. It is a beautiful bottle. Secondly, what goes in, remarkably high quality. You can give it to anybody from anywhere in the world with any kind of palate, and they're going to take one sip of this and go, that is damn delicious. And it is. And I like it because the very ethos of it is kind of like African in itself. I mean, the way that the elephant's painted on the bottom, you get a little bit of those like kind of ndebele art colors. It's obviously Amarula. It's an African fruit. You don't find it anywhere else in the world. Elephants love to get drunk off it. Every time I've invited an elephant round for brides, got completely pissed on Amarula. I'm honestly just so happy to share this bottle with people that aren't South African, and obviously with people that are South African. It's a staple in many, many bars, and it's truly good value for money. I mean, you buy this now. I've seen it at Macro for 130, 140 Rand a bottle around Easter time. What a beautiful, beautiful sip it is. It's not what we're used to. I mean, we obviously drink mainly, more serious stuff than this. But, I mean, I just smell it. It smells like warm toffee and caramel.
It smells like a fantastic dessert.
It's exactly, Ben. This is exactly what it is. It's exactly what it is. It's a dessert. Look, there's a ton of sugar in here, so if you're diabetic, watch out now. But it's just something that you can be really proud of. Anytime I have a friend or a family member and they're going overseas, and I have other friends and family there, for $150 a bottle, I send one along for them as a gift. It's kind of like gifting somebody 3 ships single malt. As a South African, give it to somebody from overseas or a guest that's coming from overseas and in South Africa. It's a truly proudly South African moment. I can't explain it. I'm proud of the South African liquor and spirits industry. Well done to you guys. You made this. You are champions.
Yeah. I think 100%. I mean, I can only echo the things that you said. It is sort of one of the backbones, the many backbones of what makes South Africa so great and what it is, So, we've got the Springboks should make us proud from a sporting perspective. We've got this that makes us proud from a liquor perspective. So, no, an absolute little treat this. I mean, many, many moons ago when I was but a young lad, one of my first introductions to Amarula was through my old man. And I remember him sitting in Limpopo and sipping this with my uncle. And my understanding of alcohol was a quart of beer. Then I knew, okay, the olders are drinking now, But I asked him a little bit about this, and he said, no, this is one South African drink. It's a slow sipper, a little bit sweet. But the thing is, it comes from the Amarula plant. And so you get the actual fruit, which you mentioned a few moments ago. So there's the Amarula tree, and it develops the fruit fall, which is what the elephants often enjoy. So if the fruit stay for a little bit too long on the ground, they begin to ferment, and so elephants legitimately do get inebriated from the fruit. But yeah, a fantastically beautiful drink, and I think a staple of many homes across the country.
I mean, if you distill Sia Kolisi into a drink, this would be it. It would be so proudly South African. It's filthy, but we're not here to talk about it today.
Well, I saw you recapping it, so okay, let's get it out the way then. If it's not,
we're not here to talk about. We know about that is a bad boy. Okay. It's the original. It's the best. It's what everybody likes. It is an incredibly versatile thing. They use it in mixes. They use it in Irish coffees. They use it in cocktails. You sip it neat. You put it on the rocks. It's beautiful. It's been around forever. As long as I can remember, it's been around. I've been hit in the head a fairly significant amount of times in the last decade or so my memory's not as good as it used to be.
Yeah.
But this is something that I can always remember being on the South African market. And Amarula as a brand has branched out in the last couple of years. I even see for now that they're producing gin under the Amarula brand. You can actually buy Amarula gin now in South Africa.
Yes.
So they've got a bit of expertise in the market and they're starting to branch out. And that brings us to our drinks of the day, man.
What do we have lined up here from the Marula tree, as it were?
The first thing that we're going to introduce today, Amarula Ethiopian coffee.
Okay.
Ethiopia, obviously because of its climate and its rich agricultural industry, is a very significant coffee producer on the global market. And what these guys do is they partner up with coffee producers in Ethiopia to get ingredients and products and make extracts. And what they're doing is they're making an alternative essentially to what I would say is Kleur. So we all remember Kleur.
Yeah, 100%.
I mean, Kleur's pretty old-fashioned though. It's kind of like, I don't know why, but Kleur kind of reminds me of my grandfather, not even my dad. It's sort of, it's really outdated. But Kleur's been around on the South African market for a very long time. I can even remember TV adverts with Kleur on in the 90s. That's how long it's been around. When I was 18 years and one day,
I remember that time.
I stole a bottle from my brother's next cabinet once. I was 18 years and one day old. I waited for the extra day. And what a beautiful evolution on Kleur this is. I always used to find Kleur to have not a particularly good consistency. I found it to have a little bit of a weird viscosity on the palate. It wasn't very creamy. It was a little bit kind of like oily. And these guys have just stepped the game up. They've gone, and this is proudly South African in a bottle. Again, if this is Sia Kolisi in a bottle, this is like Bongi and Bonambi. It's like Sia with a bit of caffeine.
Okay. All right. No. So we're building a full team here.
Yeah. It's wow. What a product.
Okay. Well, this is very, very new to me. So I'm quite excited to see how they've managed to take a staple South African drink and evolve it, one, to be competitive, but also still within the framework of what we know and understand to be a drink that we've loved and enjoyed for so long.
These guys understand South Africans, they understand South African palates, they know the market well, and they've positioned this product, I would say, quite well. I think they've done really well to position this in the South African market at the moment. It's fantastic, again, for mixers, cocktails, Dom Pedros, or just to sip neat.
So we'll give that a try. Oh, there we go.
I mean, look at that color.
We still have the milky consistency.
And it's nice, but I gotta say, just like the way it pours out of the bottle, it looks like caramel. It's just so cool.
Oh, there's a creamy coffee flavor. Oh.
It's so cool. Look at the beautiful little necktie. Comes with a beautiful little Boy Scout scarf there. I was a Boy Scout once, so this reminds me of my childhood. And wow, there it is. Coffee right off the nose.
The coffee comes in strong.
And I'll tell you what I expected. I expected the coffee notes on this to be like Rick Coffee and Frisco. And it is not. It tastes like a good cup of quality filter coffee or an espresso. It actually has a proper deep coffee flavor to it.
Yeah, but I guess that's thanks to our friends out in Ethiopia who we know have fantastic coffee that they ship all over the world. So yeah, I guess
the Ethiopians, they grow the best beans in the world. They're obviously making some kind of flavor extract for this particular product. They have partnered up in some way. I don't know how. I expected this to be artificial in its smell. I can't explain it. I almost expected it to be a little bit like one of those cheap coffee sweets you get at a restaurant.
Yeah.
And it's richer and deeper than that. It smells like, I can't explain it. It smells like high quality filter coffee. Oh, I gotta have a sip of this.
Yeah, this is the little gem here.
It's fantastic, Ben. It really is good. Look, I think you're going to enjoy this more if you're a coffee drinker. I personally am a coffee drinker. I like a rich, deep, strong cup of coffee. Mm-hmm. My mom likes red coffee and she likes it weak as weak as Bafana in the off season. I personally don't think that she would like this. That's the truth. I don't think it's going to be for her because the flavor profile is quite proper. It holds up quite nicely. And I would absolutely love to have a Dom Pedro in this, or it mixed into an Irish coffee, and try something like that. I haven't had an opportunity yet, but I bet you this as an Irish coffee would be off the hook.
Absolutely. I mean, we might have to set aside a little challenge and make our own little Dom Pedros with these guys.
These guys, what they've recommended, if you have a look at the back of the bottle, is to mix hazelnut liqueur, a tiny bit of hazelnut liqueur, into this. And they call it an espresso martini or something like that. It's around about a 1-to-4 ratio. And you throw a few coffee beans into the top. And I am definitely going to try that. I think that this would make an unbelievably good mix with the Frangelico. I think that nutty oiliness of the Frangelico liqueur after the Amarula would just be something fantastic. And again, boom, recommended on the back of the bottle by the manufacturer. Comes with a little cocktail list on how to make it.
Fantastic.
Nice little extra from the Amarula distillery.
Nice. No, I think they've done a fantastic job in offering, in veering from what we've known for so long, but still keeping within the consistency of a South African staple.
Oh, it's nice, Ben.
Oh, no, it's delicious. It's delicious. But it doesn't end there as infomercials. But wait, there's more.
Yeah.
So we'll put Bongi Monambi next to Sia in the starting lineup. And you've got something else up your sleeve there. So
also proudly South African, Ben. Also proudly South African. Not Bongi Monambi this time.
Yes.
Charlie's Caron.
That's so great because I was going with the Springboks. I was like, who best represents the pink? I was like, I don't know.
Five.
I thought Five. I was like, okay, maybe Five. He's got a bit of flair. It wouldn't be an Airburn, but okay.
Fife's a strong South African man.
Yes.
Very, very confident in his identity.
100%.
He has a beautiful wife, as we all know.
Yes, and a baby now, so congratulations.
Congratulations to you, Fife. We expect him to be playing for the Springboks in 18 years, or if it's a she to be playing for the Springboks in 18 years. And what a fantastic product this is. Again, it's just something different, something completely out of the ordinary. And what I expected with this is for it to have a bit of an artificial flavor, a little bit like I expected with the Ethiopian coffee to be like Frisco or Red Coffee or something like that. And it came in with this genuine flavor of deep, rich coffee beans.
Oh, okay.
This also surprised the hell out of me. It's raspberry, chocolate, and baobab.
Okay.
Now, I get the chocolate. It's there slightly. It has a little bit of a rich fullness to it.
Yeah.
And I definitely get the raspberry because you get that light floral, sweet fruitiness. Where the hell baobab comes
in? Yeah.
I walked up to a baobab tree the day after I got this, took a big bite out of the side of the trunk, and it tasted nothing like this at all. So I don't know where they get that. I think that's a little bit of marketing. Baobab, it kind of leans into the whole African theme a little bit.
Yes, some sort of like a tree that has some sort of symbolism.
Yeah. But I mean, look at the packaging.
No, they've done a fantastic job.
It's beautiful.
You know, from a sort of creative perspective, they've really kept within the confines of the rest of the brand. So it doesn't look like it's too far from the regular Amarula. It's not far from the sort of coffee inspired. So Charlize is looking great. She's looking pretty in pink and tall. And I'm also very keen to see how this translates into the bottle.
Let's do it, man. It smells a little bit like Nesquik, strawberry Nesquik. Again, a beautiful color.
Much lighter than what I thought. I thought it would be a lot pinker. I can smell the raspberries dancing around in there.
It's weird, I keep getting strawberry. That's why I actually wanted to say to you strawberry, because every time I smell this, I get reminded of strawberry Nesquik. I don't know if you remember this type of strawberry Nesquik.
Yeah.
My grandmother always used to have a tin at home. I still remember, I'm old enough that I can remember when it was still in a metal tin. It wasn't plastic yet. You had that little red cap, that little loose cap that used to prop off the top.
Yes.
And I must be honest and say, to some extent, I do get a little bit of an artificial Nesquik strawberry smell. It's just on the nose, though.
Okay.
When you sip it,
different story then.
it's much more organic in the palate. It's much more organic, and it has a much less bold flavor profile than the Amarula and the coffee.
You know, I'm pleasantly surprised in that I thought it would be substantially sweeter. than what it actually is. It's a delicious drink. This, I think, served cold, I think would be fantastic, but definitely not sort of the super sugary drink that we grew up having.
These guys didn't make the same mistake as Strawberry Lips. You get that kind of Strawberry Lips, like it's just overwhelmingly sweet. And what these guys have done is they've tried to balance it a little bit more. They've tried to give it a little bit more depth of flavor.
I think they've done a very good job here. I think it's also very difficult when you've got a product where there is sort of a creamy base and the alcohol. So now you're nervous that it might upset you a little bit. Maybe there's possible curdling, but they've really nailed the mixtures here.
The consistency of the product, if you actually look at it, is absolutely perfect. You never get any kind of curdling in the bottle. There's no kind of sediment or residue or anything that collects on the top. It doesn't separate. They do a really, really good job of blending the cream with the alcohol base. I personally far prefer regular Amarula.
Yeah, the original Makoya.
That's me personally. Look, I come from a neat, pure spirit sipping background.
Sure.
I like whiskeys. I like to sip on cognacs. I like to sip on rums. And as a result of that, I find that the palate on the regular Amarula, which is a little bit bolder, is more suitable for me personally. Having said that, this is absolutely lovely.
It's fantastic. It's drink.
I mean, imagine mixing 2 or 3 tots of this into a milkshake, a vanilla milkshake. I mean, you would just get this beautiful, creamy profile from it. So, yeah, look, I definitely would recommend it. And you've got to remember, you're picking this up now. Macro's got these currently for 140 Rand a bottle, 139 Rand a bottle. It's a good buy. You literally can't go wrong at that price. Somebody sooner or later is going to come to your bar, like something like that, and drink it. I keep 1 or 2 chilled bottles in the fridge at home. Again, it's just probably South African thing that if I ever have a guest from overseas, I immediately want a 3 Ships whiskey or a Baines, and then an Amarula available on standby.
Yeah. You're selling the South African dream, as it were. These are your prices.
Nothing makes me prouder, for example, than a bottle of South African Cup Classique. Our wine industry makes amazing bottles for not too much money. I mean, you give somebody a gift, they get this unbelievable bottle, just so beautiful. 100, 200, 300 Rand a bottle. I mean, in the rest of the world, you pay 100 euros for the same or equivalent. And I keep this in the same sort of fashion. That if you have somebody and you want to show what South African can do, give them a 10-year-old bottle of Baines, give them a 3 Ship single malt, give somebody something like this. You can buy this whole trio for somebody for Christmas for like 400 Rand or under 500 Rand, the whole trio. And what a beautiful thing this would be to give to someone.
Yeah, 100%. I cannot agree with you anymore. I think I'm going to maybe pour 1 more of these.
I'm definitely going to do that.
So you can enjoy the rest of the day. I'm again incredibly proud of the offering here, and hopefully it grows even more. And we'll see a lot more people buying and consuming these.
Yeah, please support Proudly South African. Make sure to look at the beautiful products we're producing locally. We make some of the best brandies in the world. We make some of the best whiskies in the world. We're producing tequilas at the moment, vodkas at the moment, liqueurs dime a dozen. We have one of the best markets in the entire world and really push our brand out to the rest of the world. Honestly, as a South African, nothing makes me prouder than the Springboks, than Banyana, than Amarula. And
Drinkers, while we're at it,
I mean,
we're celebrating great South Africans here.
Drinkers is none of these.
He isn't here, but for the purpose of South African.
He's maybe the Amarula gin, or something like that.
Yeah.
I would absolutely love to have Drinkers on the show for a tasting. So Drinkers, if you're out there watching this, you and Sia are next. 3 more of the greatest South Africans. And I'm Aidan. This is Ben, and you've been watching Mash and Mingle. And I would really appreciate it if you would go out, share our content, like, subscribe, and remember that we're going to be doing random giveaways, spot prizes, and we'll be releasing that on one of our upcoming episodes soon. So please make sure you like, subscribe, and share. I'm Aidan. This is Ben. You've been on Mash and Mingle. Thanks for coming.
Cheers.
Bye for now.